Last year it was EcoBuild 2008, this year it's EcoBuild and Future Build 2009. So we're going to go and have a little look around Earls Court, find out how to make our own sustainable house, something I'm desperate to do. Come and have a look around with me, see what we can find.
My name's Tim Fenn. I've been a developer of the Eco House framing system. Well, what we've done, we've incorporated some heavyweight timber and concrete panels in the internal wall sections, and then we've also used water tanks in the ceiling void to increase thermal mass within the envelope of the building. Depending on the thermal model, to put the number of tanks in each room, right. Yeah? And what that does, that acts as a thermal buffer. So if you get a heat wave in summer, that the building itself is cooling the internal air temperature down by absorbing the excess energy in the air. We're doing thermal modelling, we're doing Code for Sustainable Homes assessments, we're sourcing all the latest cutting edge technology. Like in there I've got latest LED lights, British stuff, by the way. We've got a British manufacturer for the heat recovery ventilation system. You have a unit which sucks out the warm stale air and sucks in the cold fresh air, and the warm stale air heats up the cold fresh air coming into the building. We're working towards developing a solar heating system in our buildings, and basically the PCM stores, they're normally made out of a petrogel that melts at about 55 degrees.
Okay.
So you're maximising the efficiency of your solar energy systems. Actually using timber, you're locking up carbon, yeah? And particularly if the house, you've built it in a fashion so it'll last a couple of 100 years, you're locking up carbon.
My name's Charlotte Webster. I'm Public Relations Manager at Solar Century. We were established 10 years ago, and the idea was that we wanted to revolutionise the energy market, which was quite an ambitious plan. Solar is becoming slowly recognised in the UK as a really viable energy option, because some people associate the ability of solar to perform with the intensity of sunlight, which is actually not true. If you are an average homeowner and you're looking at improving your home, you may have a couple of options. Do you want to build an extension? Do you want to do a loft conversion? Or do you want to add solar to your roof? The average system would cost in between £10,000 and £15,000. Our focus at the moment, as part of the solar industry, is making sure that the government sets the right rate. It's very important. If you want to see a good feed-in tariff in the UK for solar,
yes,
and you're a fan of solar,
we do.
Go on to WeSupportSolar.net, make sure you sign up and contact your MP about it.
I'm Jonathan Cook. I come from near Cambridge, and my company is Rotaloo UK. We supply waterless composting loos, which have no smell and provide you with a useful compost after you've after it's composted in this bin here. The main difference between this and ordinary loos is that you've got a rotating carousel. You fill up these bins sequentially. You look down the loo, when the bin's full,
yeah,
you come downstairs, take the door off and rotate the bin and fill the next one.
Well, I've spent the last 4 hours at EcoBuild and I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Incredible companies all over the place. Their innovations will change the whole world, change the way we live. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be painful. There are so many wonderful things here that are actually fun. They could save the world. So if you're thinking of building an eco-house, you've got to come to EcoBuild. It's an amazing show. It's still on for another 2 or 3 days, but it'll be here again next year, and every year, hopefully, teaching us lessons about how to live. Thank you, EcoBuild. See you next year.